Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wendy Farhan. My registration number is 2110732040. And in this video, I would like to discuss about um, a brief history of language testing. We begin with behavioral influence on language testing. So, in this, it began in middle of 20th century, and it focused on the vocabulary, grammatical, and some other of language components. And then it creates the we know that the form of the test like discrete points test, and it will test the each components of language separately. So uh, it later in the later year um, slowly abandoned and replaced by communicative by integrative tests, which test the language competence not separately but in integrate test. So the test provide at least two instrument like cloze test and diction, which is the cloze test. uh, the test taker will provided from 150 until 300 words of text, and from in the text will there will be a blank space to be filled by the test taker. And the diction, uh, the test taker will listen to a speaker or uh, will listen to a speaker and write the what they get from what they hear. And in this test, uh, it requires the vocabulary, the grammar, uh, the discourse structure to finish the test. So it's integrate in one test. And we move to communicative test that widely used in 1980 from Cannell and Swain. Seminal works on communicative competence. So it's uh, the researchers in the language testing field uh, arrange a test that uh, mimicking the real life experience or the real life language used. Uh, and we move to the uh, traditional and alternative assessments. So the traditional tests or assessments uh, gain many critique from the researchers and or the expert. So they create alternative assessments, which is in form of journal, essays, or something like that, to be more fair and use all the competence of language from a task taker to finish the task. So the researchers and the teachers back then also have an arguments against the notion of traditional test that it could measure all the language competence. And then we move to uh, performance based test, which mm, needs a performance test like in the presentation or discussion with the peer discussions, because uh, it it will more be more fair to the test taker to gain the good mark, because it also represent the real word use of language, the second language. And then there is dynamic assessments, which use the zone of proximal development, and in this test includes the several tasks several tasks that and the task taker, not the and the mark will not taken from what they just write, but from the development of the students. And then the use there are a use of technologies like computer or smartphone in later year. I think